welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special guest, my mom.
Hello.
She told me she really wants to be on the video again.
No, I didn't.
I don't know if any of you have heard of Am I the Asshole from Reddit. I thought it'd be fun to choose a few and read some to you, but make it disability version, so every story we're going to share will have to do with some form of a disability and them thinking that they may be an asshole. And we will decide if they are or not. And you can share your opinions in the comments if you want to as well. So let's start with the first one. I have them on my phone. I will read them out loud. I'll also maybe include it like right here somewhere. Some of them are long. So the first one says, am I the asshole for not driving my disabled friend? So it's important to mention that when I first showed my mom this idea, she was just reading the titles. If you just read the title, you're going to obviously think yes.
Every single time.
Yeah. You have to read the whole story. So, this one says, I have a friend who is wheelchair bound and is dependent on a nurse for almost everything. For a while now, they have been asking me to drive them places when they don't have a nurse. Sometimes close by, other times not so much. They have even tried slyly asking me to go places without prefacing that they do not have a nurse. Every time they ask me if I can drive them, I nicely say that I do not feel comfortable, which I truthfully don't. For one, they need support for their head when going over bumps, which scares me if I were to hit one and was the only one with them. I'm not a nurse. If something in general were to happen, I don't know what to do. Nevertheless, a neck injury, but also I have never driven a car that long. That is the only transportation, and I would feel incredibly guilty if I were to crash it or do any kind of damage to it. I feel like a terrible friend every time they want to go somewhere, as I know they heavily rely on a nurse to go out and do things, but I truly don't feel comfortable, and I have told them that on at least 5 different occasions. They even had one of their nurses call me and try to guilt trip me into doing it, saying I have done it a bunch of times. It's not as hard as you think. Am I the asshole? So, based off of that, I will say it is interesting because I can't drive, but this person seems to have a severe disability. Mm-hmm. So they need a lot of support, and this friend is not qualified and is not a nurse to give that to them.
Right.
So, in my opinion, I don't think this person is an asshole. I think they need to find someone who is more qualified. It's nice if the friend can do it every so often, but especially they mention a large vehicle.
Right. Like a big wheelchair van or something.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably what this person needs. And needs a nurse. So,
oh, yeah. What do you think?
So I can understand why the friend doesn't feel comfortable doing it. But I wonder if there's a compromise. Like, I wonder if the friend, because it can be hard to get a nurse and it can be expensive to hire a nurse for every time you need to go out and do something. And
yeah.
You can relate to needing someone to drive every time you go somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I wonder though if the friend can say, is there anything I can do to help you find the right people?
Oh, yeah.
You know, do you need help trying to find someone?
Yeah, find a nurse.
You know, is there another way that this friend can help their friend get out and do things without being put in an awkward position?
They're kind of in a tough situation because it seems like they want to help, but they know they're not qualified, they don't want something to happen like an accident, and then this person is responsible.
And they can't help them.
Yeah.
The way a nurse would be able to.
So
if something goes wrong.
I would say this person is not an asshole.
No.
But let us know in the comments what you think. The next one. Let's do this one. This is interesting because I have this disability, epilepsy. This person says, am I the asshole for hiding my boyfriend's disability to my parents? So my boyfriend, he's 29, and I, 23, I assume that's what that means, had been dating for over a year now. We moved in together to a new apartment recently, and in occasion of the big step, I decided to introduce him to my parents. Disclaimer, my parents are very much conservative and bigoted. That's why I waited before introducing them to each other. So a week ago, I organized a dinner at our new apartment and invited my parents over. Before they arrived, I just asked my boyfriend one thing, to not mention his disability to my parents. He has epilepsy, but I also know how my parents are. Him, though, didn't take it well. I could see that he was very offended when I asked him that, and he started asking why. But no matter how much I explained, he decided to assume that I'm ashamed of him. We had a little fight, and currently he is still very much mad about it. Am I in the wrong, or is he just being dramatic? Am I the asshole? So, I feel like this one is interesting because, well, I think
I would say yes.
She's the asshole?
Yes.
Why?
I think that if she's ready to introduce her parents and to her boyfriend, then they need to accept him for who he is completely.
Yeah,
and that's part of his life. It shouldn't be a big deal, but it also shouldn't be hidden.
Especially epilepsy. Well, it depends on him, the boyfriend, whenever he is ready. But also, the fact that you even have to question that means your parents, they're probably ableist. They're probably not very educated in the disabled community if you feel like you need to hide it. But also, the disabled person, so him, it's up to him when he wants to say it, honestly.
That's true.
He may not want to say it, or he may want to wait. He seemed like he was upset about it. But also, epilepsy is one of those conditions. I have it, if you didn't know. But it's important for people to be aware of it because you may have a seizure, and if the people around you are aware of it, then it will help. If they're not, they'll probably, you know what I mean, Mom?
They won't be as prepared to help you.
They'll be like, oh my goodness, what's going on? It seems like she wasn't trying to be rude or whatever, but she went about it the wrong way.
She did. Like you said, it's up to him to share something personal about himself with who he wants to share it with, but it was more that she was telling him to hide it.
Yeah, but like epilepsy, you can't tell someone has epilepsy unless they have the seizure right in front of you. I guess she meant like, don't mention that you have it.
Right.
If he ends up having a seizure, he has no control over. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't just hide a seizure if it's gonna happen.
Right.
I don't know. That one is, yeah, I think she should have went about it a different way. But let us know in the comments what you think. I don't know why I'm laughing. The next one I'm gonna read is a long one. Am I the asshole for showing my son for using his disability as an excuse and telling him to pick up his plate? Let's find out. My son, he's 8, has cerebral palsy. One thing we taught him is never to look down on himself. while we recognize he has limitations and we make accommodations for him, we make sure he knows he's not defined by his disability, and his disability doesn't make him lesser than anyone else. As he grows older, we try to teach him to be more independent as much as someone his age should be. He is 8 years old now. He's a smart kid and usually gets the highest grades in his class. Oh, that's good. Because people with cerebral palsy are very smart. He is liked by all his teachers and classmates and has more friends than I ever had. Well, that's good. I'm so proud of him. He is well behaved both at home and at school. But lately he has started acting strange. Oh. I think it's all started around 1.5 weeks ago. He started avoiding all his responsibilities. He used to make his own bed with our help, but now he's refusing to do so. He stopped picking up his plates after dinner and started leaving his stuff around. I'm afraid he might also stop doing his homework because for the last 2 nights he didn't want to do it. Whenever I confront him, he straight up says, "I can't, I'm disabled, I have cerebral palsy." One time he even said, "I can't, I'm an R word," and laughed. I was shocked. I told him not to use that word. I asked him if anyone told him that, and he said no. I told my wife, and we contacted his teachers, but he hasn't told them anything either, and he's behaving well in school. Last night he didn't pick up his plate after dinner again. I sat him down and told him to pick up his plate, and he screamed at me. He then again said he can't because he's disabled and useless. My wife immediately started to confront him with, "No, you are not." I was frustrated with him acting out. This time I decided to be more direct and strict. I showed him saying that he's only useless if he acts like he is. And then I said, "Stop using your disability as an excuse and pick up your plate." His eyes tear up and my wife took him to his room. She thinks I'm an asshole for showing him and raising my voice at him. I didn't even notice I raised my voice, but that's what she says. Am I the asshole? I should add that he has a rather mild form of cerebral palsy. He's not wheelchair bound, though he needs crutches. What do you think, Mom? Well, I think it's interesting that it seemed to happen, like, quickly for a while. His behavior, I feel like something, I mean, I don't want to assume, but, like, it seems like something might have happened in school or something.
Right.
But no teachers had anything to say.
Right.
I don't know.
But it does seem strange that it came on suddenly.
Yeah.
When he was doing everything, like he did his chores and everything, and has always been well behaved and a good student,
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, whammo!
Like
at home, he starts calling himself, the R word, and saying he's useless.
Mom, wait, and he's only 8. One thing if he was like a teenager,
right?
That would make more sense a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't think he is an asshole. Because any kid that is being disrespectful, that's normal for a parent to do that, I think. So, just because he has cerebral palsy doesn't mean, like, you should treat him like, "Oh, you're fine."
Right,
like,
right. Or that it makes it worse.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
I think this dad is trying to do the right thing because he's trying to make his son, not use his cerebral palsy as an excuse for not doing, picking up after himself and doing things that he's capable of doing.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good thing to teach him those skills and everything, but there's, like you said, there's something going on. So I think that's more the issue, is to try to figure out what's going on that made a change, that caused a change with this kid.
Yeah, but I don't think the guy did anything wrong if anyone else was acting like that as an 8-year-old, that would be normal for a parent to, you know, do that. So, yeah, I don't think this guy was an asshole. Like, I don't know, guess the horses are racing. Something is off.
But the mom, I mean, I could also see where the mom thought that the dad was being too harsh. That's really what she was saying.
Yeah.
To him. So, but yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah. Share your thoughts in the comments if you want.
I was just gonna say, just remembering when you were that age with mild cerebral palsy. I mean, there were a lot of times when you would have tantrums. Like you had a very low frustration tolerance. And as you got older and more mature, that went away. But when you were younger and definitely at 8, you would get really frustrated with things very easily.
The last one we're going to say our thoughts on is going to be, am I the asshole for staying in a disabled spot, or was grandma overreacting? Let's find out. I'm 25, disabled, and I have a valid. Oh, valid.
Valid?
Valid?
Valid. Valid, meaning it's up to date and...
Disabled parking permit. I drive an older BMW, a nice one, in my opinion. After my physiotherapy, I walked back to my car, parked in a disabled parking spot. I got in and spent a few minutes on my phone before heading home. Just taking a short breath, I always do that after the physio. The parking lot was nearly empty. Next to me were 3 regular open spots, and across me there was another empty disabled spot with 2 free spaces besides it. And it's a free parking area, by the way. Then a woman, somewhere mid-60s, drives up. She stares at me for a few seconds, then parks her car half almost crisscross across the disabled spot opposite me. She gets out, walks straight up to my window and says, "Why are you taking up a disabled spot? You've been sitting here playing games for 15 minutes and I want to park here." Honestly, I was a bit surprised, so I said, "I'm allowed to park here. I was just doing something on my phone and was about to leave." Wait a second. Before I read this person is disabled who's parking here.
Right. But he's young.
Yeah.
And so...
So, this grandmother may not know that he's disabled.
Right. Not everybody, you know, you can't tell by just looking at everyone.
But anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Before I could end, it seemed like, wait. The parking lot was nearly empty. Next to me there was, okay. It wasn't like it was full. Okay. I'm already thinking of my opinions. I haven't even finished. Before I can even finish my sentence, she cuts me off. "You don't need to justify yourself." Yet she keeps going, telling me it's rude of me to sit there and that I should move over because she can't park her car anywhere else because it's too long. It's too long? She came over a bit rude. I tried to stay polite, but I could feel the frustration creeping in. This kind of thing happens sometimes though. Someone sees a young guy in a car and immediately assumes he's abusing a disabled spot. No one sees why that blue car is there in the first place. Eventually she walks away mid-sentence and I was a bit confused. I wasn't blocking anyone. I had a valid permit and I was planning to leave. So was I really being rude or was she just frustrated? Edit. I think I stood there for 5 or maybe 6 minutes, no longer. As for my disability, I have physiotherapy. I currently walk with a walking stick. I'm a bit wobbly when standing. Everything costs energy and my voice is a little distorted. It doesn't get any better. When I sick, I look completely normal. Not for pity, just understanding. my first thoughts is, no, he's not an asshole because he has a disability. So he can stay there however long he wants. I understand that he was staying there playing games or whatever, but he was about to go. My other thought was, if the parking lot was completely full and someone else with a handicap sticker wanted to park there, I can understand how it could be frustrating in that sense, because you know what I mean, Mom?
Yeah.
And then they see just a guy, even if he is really disabled, he's just on his phone or whatever. I can see how that could be frustrating, but even that situation, you have to be understanding. Maybe it's just a busy day. If he is actually disabled, which this guy is, he has every right to be there. So I feel like even in that situation, he is also not an asshole. What do you think, Mom?
Right.
But,
right.
yeah, the fact that it wasn't even busy and there was other parking spots, this woman, grandmother, whoever, I don't know, I think she is ignorant and make assumptions.
She did make an assumption, right? Which is, and it's not nice to go up to someone and start yelling at them.
It's not.
Because he just had physical therapy. And he has a condition, a medical condition. So he may have needed some time just to sit and relax and make it safe for him to proceed and drive.
I didn't even think of that.
She was the one who accused him of being on his phone playing games. But I don't think he said he was actually playing games. He did say he was on his phone.
Oh, yeah.
But as long as he has the valid pass,
yes,
and he has a disability, has a right to park there, she shouldn't be coming up to him. In fact, I think she's the asshole.
Yes, that woman is the asshole. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. I would love to know all of your thoughts on these Are You the Asshole Reddit stories. If you want me to read more of these stories, I could definitely make this into a later series. Maybe. We'll see. It's kind of fun. You think, Mom?
Yeah, they're hard. I mean,
you think they're obvious because, hello, like, why would you be mean to people, I guess, in general? But sometimes you have to just read it because maybe they were just trying to be nice and it came off the wrong way. So
not always what it seems.
Yeah.
To be.
But yeah, this was fun. I enjoy it. I hope you did too. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on my other social medias, Instagram and TikTok. I am very active on there. My mom started following me on TikTok.
Yes. I just got an alert that you posted a video.
But anyway, I'll see you very soon in my next video. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.
Bye. And I'm not here.
Oh.
Even though you want me here.
And I'm shockingly and chronically. Okay. The next one, or should I say the last one? Are we only gonna do one more?
Just say the next one.
Okay. The last, wait.
So apparently you wanted to say the last one.
Well, I don't know. I told my wife and we contacted his teachers, but he hasn't told him. Wait, I got this.
Hopefully he does his homework and learns to read.
I can't read. Am I gonna keep this in?
So yeah, thought I would share that with the YouTube world.
Mom, I'm not keeping that in. Should I keep that in?